My name's Colin Jackson, aka Damien Corvin. I'm a professional wrestler and wrestling coach. I have been wrestling now for 12 years. I got into wrestling when I was about 3 or 4 years old, watching Hogan and Warrior. I'm been hooked since, so I just kind of kept up to date with it and always really wanted to do it. And I was skinny as hell and people told me that I couldn't do it. So I came back to Belfast after living abroad for a while, and there was a school running here and just decided, bollocks to it, give it a go. This wrestling school came about because the other wrestling school in Northern Ireland decided to close and there was nowhere for anybody to go. It wasn't something I ever wanted to do myself, is be a wrestling coach or have a wrestling school. I was just going to focus on the actual professional wrestling side of things, but there was a lot of talented guys and girls and they needed somewhere to go. So myself and Bonesaw stepped up and decided that we'd open the school and we'd use the school as a place for people to be able to learn how to actually wrestle, not just play wrestling. It's a dangerous match. All wrestling matches are dangerous though, so it doesn't make too much of a difference that way. The two guys who are in the match, Dave and Curtis, well trained. They've been at this for a long time and they've been practicing, with the ladders for quite a while. So, I have no concerns over their safety or anything like that. I know they're going to do a really good job. And with Uprising, we do the whole earn not given thing. It's not just a hashtag, it's a genuine thing. The guys have really worked hard since we put on our first show, so they deserve the chance to try out new things, and this is what they wanted, so this is what they get.
My name is Curtis Murray and I am a professional wrestler, training here at the Uprising School.
My name's David Mckinstry and I am a professional wrestler. Nervous, it's a weird excitement. I'm excited and I'm not excited at the same time. There's a lot can go wrong, but fingers crossed.
The ladder match was actually always my favourite match type, watching wrestling, so I'm nervous for it, but I'm excited for it.
Big time improvement, just consistently training 4 nights a week with Uprising has upped my game. Even Bonesaw and Corvin took over my training about, I want to say about two and a half years ago. Even since those guys took over my training has upped, my wrestling has upped, being even on the road at the weekends as well with wrestling.ie has helped big time. So yeah, Uprising's definitely upped my game.
Pre-injury I was kind of hitting my stride, but I was kind of limited as to what I could do because of the conditions of the ring and stuff that I was wrestling in. But since training here and getting tight ropes and stuff, it's just kind of changed my wrestling style about, and I think it's helped me improve. Training from Corvin, Bonesaw, there's even Liv Ward, Jordan Devlin, Paul Tracy, all since the school opened. It's definitely helped me.
The popularity of wrestling in Belfast is difficult. It's a lot more popular than it has been. They want, but they don't want to invest. I think that's changing. We've sold out our next show well in advance, but I think Belfast fans need to man up a bit and invest in the shows and invest in what's happening. I think wrestling isn't taken as seriously as it should be. It's a mix of sport and entertainment. We do things that other people just can't do. I don't think there's many guys that do MMA that could train to be professional wrestlers. The whole point of MMA or boxing or that kind of thing is to not get hit, to not get hurt. It's vice versa. In wrestling, we do get hurt. Same with football and everything else. It's a sport. It's a sport you have to put a lot of work and a lot of practice into. But I don't think there's anybody now, any actor now, where you could say, okay, you have 5 minutes to memorise this script and then go out there and perform it live. Hopefully it'll just continue as it is. It is a school. The shows that we put on are school shows. People that train here and the people that train in Dublin and all over the country to get an opportunity to learn how to wrestle and to perform. and then they can move on to the other shows.
You know, there's always moments in matches that are hit and miss. You know, you always think it could have went better, but for what it was, I think it was a really, really good match, and it was pretty brutal. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty brutal. But first time there's been a match like that here at Uprising, and I think it was a success overall.
Yeah, good. Crowd seemed to be really into it, which always adds. Everything went to plan, apart from one of the ladders breaking right at the start. But yeah, no major injuries, so it's a victory. It's really hard to describe. It's one of those things like you really have to experience it. Just gives you a second, like work a 9 to 5 job Monday to Friday, and this is when you can escape like all that crap during the week and be something that, you know, is larger than life.
I can't describe it. I can't. It's impossible. The feelings. It's you're not yourself. Is the only way that I can really put it. You're everything that you want to be when you're a professional wrestler. The tan, the trunks, the loud music, fingers in the air or the hands in the air, whatever it is, doesn't matter. It's a natural high. It's like scoring a goal in football, but constantly.